Hello and welcome to Spotlight. This is Art Cortinell reading Don Pearce's Bible Prophecy in today's world news. This is part 12 in our series. Welcome again to Bible Spotlight on World News Today. Gas is now flowing from the Tamar gas field, situated some 50 miles, 80 kilometers, off the coast of Hafia. This has been a welcome relief after the cutting off of the gas imports from Egypt following numerous attacks on the pipeline. Israel is now more than self-sufficient, with Tamar expected to be able to deliver 7.5 billion meters squared of gas a year and capable of eventually being increased by another 50%. Israel's gas consumption is rising rapidly and is set to expand from its present figure of 7 billion meters squared to double this in the next 10 years, as it is cheaper and cleaner than oil. A major infrastructure project is underway to increase the gas distribution network throughout Israel. The Israeli government has come to a decision to limit the amount of gas she allows to be exported. It is a fine balancing act. Does one just extract what it needs, leaving the rest in the ground as a long-term continuing source of energy, or does one extract more gas and export it to provide short-term revenues? Gas wells are not inexhaustible. The Mari B field has lasted about 8 years and is virtually exhausted. The problem is that gas wells cost enormous sums to explore, drill and develop. Most governments, Israel included, leave all this to private companies to fund out the potential future revenues. These exploration companies are not interested in extracting the minimum amount of gas or oil to ensure continuity of supply over decades. This won't give them the profits they need and expect. So the amount that the government allows to be exported is of vital interest. The Israeli government set up an advisory panel, the Zemark Committee, in October 2011 to give their assessment of what was practical. They gave their findings in September 2012, recommending that larger fields over 200 billion meters squared, such as Tamar and Leviathan, should be allowed to export 50% of the gas. Medium fields over 100 billion meters squared, 40%, and small fields over 25 billion meters squared, 25%. This would allow Israel to retain 450 billion meters squared for its own consumption, based on current discoveries. This was in line with the exploratory company's expectations, and so development work proceeded. The Israeli government has been mulling this report for many months, held up in part over the new election and the long time to form a new government. It has only in June 2013 given its ruling, which reduces the amount for exporting considerably. Larger fields can only export 40%, and 540 billion meters squared is to be retained for the domestic consumption. This has caused concerns regarding the development of the Leviathan field, which is due to be developed at enormous costs. The US-Israeli consortium developing Israel's Leviathan natural gas field estimates it will cost $4.5 billion to develop the offshore well, not including infrastructure for exports, Reuters, on the 5th of June 2013. The development of LNG, liquid natural gas facilities for gas exports, could easily double that figure. Woodside Petroleum, who has agreed to take 30% stake in the consortium developing Leviathan, is currently assessing the changed situation. Probably Leviathan is so big that the prize will be worthwhile. How this will affect the Gazprom deal with the export of gas from Tamar also awaits a decision by Gazprom. Again, Russia is keen to have a foothold in the Israeli finds, and so the deal will probably go ahead. Israel and Jordan. Israel is looking to supply gas to Jordan, who also were very dependent on Egyptian gas, and it makes good sense to extend pipelines to Jordan. Connecting Israel's emerging gas grid to Jordan, especially in the south, is a relatively inexpensive and simple endeavour. Yet the potential supply of Israeli gas at a rate of 2.3 billion metres squared per annum would completely negate Annan's vulnerability and stem Iran's potential inroad. It appears that talks have already been underway to have Israel's gas exported to Jordan. Two Israeli papers, Haaretz and Globes, reported in February 2013 that the partners in the Tamar gas field conducted secret talks to deliver gas through the Israeli gas pipeline, which supplies gas from Yam Teth's, Maribi, to Israel Chemicals Dead Sea Works plant in Sodom, and then extend the pipeline to reach potash works in Jordan. On February the 17th, 2013, the Jordanian Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resource issued a statement confirming that contacts are currently underway between the Arab Potash Company and its counterpart in Israel through a US company on the possibility of importing natural gas from the Dead Sea area. Jerusalem Centre for Public Affairs, 4th of April 2013. A deal would offer Jordan a cheap energy source and relieve a painful energy crisis. 2 years of supply shortages from Egypt's pipeline to Jordan have spurred price increases, domestic unrest, and has the government weighing brownouts. It would also mark a major tightening of Israeli-Jordanian relations 2 decades after they signed a peace accord. But a deal with the Jewish state also risks exposing the monarchy to criticism in the Arab world over the normalization of ties. Wall Street Journal, 25th of June 2013. In our next spotlight, we will look at Israel's plans to be the pivot between Asia and Europe. Join us again next time. Join us again next time for part 13 of our series, when we consider further how Bible prophecy is being fulfilled by world news today.